You know what I love? That boy.
He be rolling down the street.
Is this even still relevant? Nah, but you know what I really love? Like I can't get enough of? Food. Yeah, I'll just pop in someone's Twitch stream one day and I'll just be like, hi guys, you're right. I want cheesecake. I want cheesecake. Even probably when I'm speaking to you, I'll be half listening what you're saying and other half thinking about tuna pasta bake. Now that's no representation of you, that is just simply a depiction of how much I love food. So food, the humble food stuff. Not only does it mean a lot to me, but it matters dearly to our video game mates too. I mean, how do you expect them to go off gallivanting on their adventures with an empty stomach? Just won't happen. So here are my top 10 tasty treats in gaming. Bon appetit. Pokemon, gotta catch up with you and me. I know it's my destiny. Sorry, that had to happen. Now don't pin me down as a Pokemon master by any means. I've only played Y and Alpha Sapphire before, but even a casual like myself knows about the benefits of berries. Holy dicks, there are a lot of berries. Berries can do all sorts of crazy shit, like cure status conditions, restore HP, or help the Pokeblock thing, but honestly, what the fuck even was that? Who knows what berries were for in that stuff? Seriously, what was that? I just did it to get the costume Pikachu, okay? It's the costume Pikachu. I personally think the most helpful berry of them all is the Lumberry. Loomberry, whatever, L-U-M berry. Curing any status condition, pop one of these in your pocket monster's gob, and they'll be good to go. Until they next get poisoned and shit. Would you kindly go to Tesco and get yourself a wee pip bar, laddie? No. Well, go fuck yourself then. The world of Bioshock contains a collection of consumables that can help and sometimes hinder you. For example, if you find yourself as a bit of a lush and go for a swig of vodka, it will restore your health, but drain your Eve if you don't have the Booze Hound Gene Tonic. That's a small price to pay though. Ooh, drunk. Something that replenishes both your health and Eve is something that I am going to be a fan of. And it sounds like some sort of protein chocolate bar, which I would genuinely eat in real life. Nom 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 nom. Some things just go together well. Starsky and Hutch, YouTube and subscriber purges, HaleFail and crippling, agonising self-hatred. And of course fried and chicken. The GTA series quenches my hunger, well, virtual hunger, with good old Cluckin' Bell, one of the staple fast food franchises from the open world sandbox games. I had to think to myself, if I was a maniac situated in the land of grand theft, after a homicidal rampage, what would I be more likely to crave? Burgers or chicken? And it'd be a boneless banquet every time. The Sims is the OG simulation, and as a true reflection of real life, food plays a vital part in keeping your sim healthy, happy, and not starving to death because your parents locked you in a box room with no door, so not even the social services could. I mean, pizza party! Yeah! The food in The Sims is iconic. Just look at that bag of crisps. Ah, memories. But the main meal that is a staple of The Sims 1 is this meatloaf looking thing. I'm gonna go ahead and say this is meatloaf because it's American and all Americans eat meatloaf, right? But when this is on the table, you know you're good to go and you can go to your dead-end 9-to-5 office job with food in your belly until the flies. Bzzz. If The Sims was the OG simulation, then RuneScape was the OG everything. One of my earliest and most vivid memories of playing that game was fishing for and subsequently burning tons and tons of shrimp. Genuinely, even going to the shops and seeing shrimp will remind me of RuneScape. Press 1, 2, 3 for GF? More like press 1, 2, 3 for shrimp. What the fuck? There are potions and poisons aplenty in The Witcher 3, but they don't really count as food. So the chow of choice for this one is simply going to be raw meat. The vitality regen is pretty good with this, and I just like the idea of the badass, rugged silver fox Geralt ripping into raw, bloody flesh with no shits given. Soz vegans. Weird though, seeing as Geralt can cast Igni, which blasts fire out of his hands. You'd think he'd cook it a bit first, even at a bonfire, but nope, just give him the E. coli. He cool with it. This one isn't technically a solid food, but you do consume it. This is very hypocritical on the last entry. Should have probably thought about this one a bit better. Not many games make me feel pure relief, security and protection like having some excess in my inventory. Swigging a bottle will regain your health points until you reach the next bonfire, or your inevitable death. I know which one usually comes first for me. Also, the guy behind geekyfood.com made a recipe for real life excess that you can actually drink IRL. How magical does that sound? Oh, in the battle of the 90s PlayStation mascots, Spyro will always win hands, or should I say wings, down for me, but you can't really call those sheep that he flames food. They poof into a butterfly. What kind of chow is that? I don't want no insect. The world of Crash Bandicoot has a much better foodstuff in the form of Wumpa fruit. They look like a cross between a mango, peach and an apple, which sounds friggin' delicious, and they're super handy in that if you collect 100 of them you can get an extra life. Gimme that Wumpa! 3 main reasons why living in ye old Skyrim of Tamriel would be awesome. Number 1, dragons. Dragons are cool. Number 2, cat people. Even cooler. And number 3, of course, the food. Those hearty stews, legs of venison, ale, skooma. Book me a reservation at the Sleeping Giant Inn because I'm so down for this feast, yo! But out of everything, the iconic food for me has to be the humble sweet roll. Maybe it's a Bethesda thing, maybe it's because the god patronisingly asks.
Let me guess. Someone stole your sweet roll.
But I always put Skyrim and sweet rolls together. Now before we hit the number 1 spot, I wanted to include some honourable mentions of food that is still really cool, but didn't quite make it. Sorry guys, be tastier next time. In a ravished, devastated, post-zombie apocalyptic world, I suppose you would resort to any means necessary in order to survive, right? That's what freaky ass David and his crew reckon, and I mean, kudos for desperately trying to keep living and all, but eating humans? Nah mate, that's a bit too far. I've never played the Portal games. Okay, calm down. God, it's not like I haven't played Metal Gear Solid or something. Oh wait. Anyways, it seems like this lion cake is kind of a big deal in Portal, and whilst I know little to nothing about it or its importance to the game, it looks like a Black Forest Gatto and I'm totally down with that. Da 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 da! Swiping number 1 spot is a staple of the Fallout universe. This radioactive bottle of bubbles is plastered on posters around the waist, its bottle caps equal money, and Nuka-Cola Girl is a babe. This was the most popular beverage in the pre-war days, and its remnants are littered across the wastes in all of the games. It replenishes your health in a zap in Fallout 4, and a large chunk in the earlier installments, whereas the super duper Nuka Quantum amps it up by also refueling your attack points. Who cares about the rats? Pass us a bottle. Hello gamers and gamer readers, well done for sticking through right to the very end of this video. I admire your endurance. Well done. Here you go, for your efforts you can have a half-drunk bottle of Dr. Pepper. There you go. Don't say I never give you anything. I wanted to include some honourable mentions. Like, I can't get enough of. Well, go fuck yourself then. That was an accent impression. Christ almighty. Pip or laddie.